A kidnapped girl signaled the bikers. They didn't think twice. She looked completely ordinary at first glance. Just another teenager sitting in the back seat of a dusty van parked at a gas station. But when the biker gang rolled in, engines roaring like thunder, one of them noticed something strange. Something off. The girl wasn't just staring, she was silently pleading. Her fingers trembled as she made a small, quick hand sign. It was a universal signal for help me. For a split second, the bikers froze. Was this real? Was she in danger? Then she flashed the sign again, faster, more desperate. That was all it took. The bikers exchanged one look, and everything changed. They didn't know her name, they didn't know her story, and they didn't know the men inside that van, but one thing was certain. A girl was begging for rescue. And bikers don't ignore that, ever. The sun was setting behind the stretch of empty highway when the Iron Wolves Motorcycle Club pulled into the old gas station. It was supposed to be a routine stop, fill the tanks, grab water, stretch their legs. Nothing unusual. Nothing heroic. Just another ride, but fate had other plans. Rex, the club's road captain, was the first to sense something was wrong. He was the kind of man who noticed details others ignored. Maybe it was his years of riding, maybe instinct. Or maybe the fact that he had a daughter the same age as the girl sitting in the van. Her expression didn't match the situation. She wasn't waiting for someone. She wasn't resting. She was scared, the girl around 14, pale. Expression tense, kept glancing at the gas station door where two men stood buying snacks. Rough-looking, impatient, constantly checking on her. But the uneasiness didn't come from the men alone, it came from her silent panic. As Rex walked past the van, she locked eyes with him. Her lips didn't move, but her hands did. A rapid motion, thumb tucked across palm, fingers closing over it. The international distress signal for kidnapping. Rex stopped mid-step. His heart hammered. The girl repeated the signal again, subtle enough not to alert the men, visible enough for him alone. Rex didn't react outwardly. He simply turned his head slightly to the rest of his crew. Hawk, Diesel, Smoke. Bikers with reputations carved in asphalt and steel. But even they tensed when Rex muttered, "We got a problem," in seconds. The Iron Wolves shifted into a new formation, not threatening but watchful. They positioned themselves around the van naturally, pretending to check their bikes, stretch, or chat. But every eye was on the girl inside the gas station. The two men noticed the bikers. One tapped the other on the arm, clearly uncomfortable. They paid quickly and headed out. The girl stiffened, the bikers prepared. When the men reached the van, the bigger one barked, "Don't look at anyone." Eyes down, she didn't obey. Instead, she looked directly at Rex again. A silent plea. Rex stepped forward. "Everything all right here?" The men stiffened. "Not your business," Rex smiled, not kindly. "I'm making it my business," and just like that, the tension snapped. One of the men shoved the girl back inside. Diesel grabbed him. The second tried to run. Hawk blocked him. Engines revved. Passengers screamed. The truth was about to explode. And the bikers were ready for war. The air thickened as the sun dipped lower, painting the gas station in long shadows. Diesel had the first kidnapper pinned against the van. The man struggled violently, but Diesel wasn't just big, he was immovable. "Let her go," he growled. "Back off." The man hissed, panic spilling through his voice. "She's our niece." Rex raised a brow. "Then why's she signaling for help?" The man froze. His eyes widened, he knew he'd been caught, inside the van. The girl pushed herself back against the seat, trembling. Hawk reached for the door and opened it carefully. "You're safe now," he whispered. The girl didn't speak, fear had stolen her voice, but she reached out. Clutching Hawk's vest like someone drowning, grabbing a lifeline, the second kidnapper, the one who had tried to flee, was cornered near the pumps. Smoke stood over him like a wall, arms crossed, expression sharp as a blade. "Sit," he commanded. The man sat. Rex leaned into the van. "They hurt you?" She nodded faintly. That was all he needed. The kidnappers realized it too. The big one panicked, shouting, "She's lying. We rescued her from." Diesel slammed him against the van. "Wrong answer." Rex motioned to Hawk. "Get her away from them." The men cursed, threatened, twisted, but it was pointless. The bikers formed a shield around the girl. What once looked like a harmless stop had turned into a battlefield. The gas station clerk peeked out, horrified. Rex called out, "Lock the doors. Call the police, now." She nodded and disappeared, dialing frantically. Minutes felt like hours. The kidnappers tried every tactic, anger, lies, pleading. Nothing worked. Finally, the girl whispered, her voice shaking, "They took me when I was walking home." Silence fell among the bikers. Rex swallowed hard. His jaw clenched. "You did good, kid. Showing that sign saved your life." Police sirens wailed in the distance, growing louder. The kidnappers froze. One attempted a desperate lunge, trying to grab the girl again. Diesel intercepted him like a hammer hitting steel. The man dropped to the concrete with a cry. Smoke pinned the other to the ground with a knee. Stay still. Or don't, I don't mind, when the police arrived. The scene was clear, a terrified girl to violent men, and a line of bikers who had refused to walk away. The officers cuffed the kidnappers, thanked the bikers, and moved the girl into protective care. But before she left, she turned to the Iron Wolves. Thank you, she whispered. Rex gave a small nod. Anytime, but the story didn't end there because what she revealed next changed everything. Inside the police SUV, the girl hesitated, then asked if she could speak to Rex privately. The officers agreed the bikers had earned that much. She stepped out, trembling less now, but still afraid. There's something else, she whispered. Rex crouched down. Go on, they weren't working alone. Hawk and Diesel exchanged dark looks. The girl continued, tears filling her eyes. There's another girl. She's my friend. They took her first. She's still with them. Somewhere, for the first time, genuine fear rippled through the bikers. How long ago? Rex asked. Today's. Rex stood slowly. His voice dropped into something icy. Show me anything that can help us find her, anything. She pulled out a torn bracelet from her pocket. She dropped this in their hideout. I grabbed it when they weren't watching. I thought someone might find us. Rex stared at the bracelet, a homemade band of blue thread and beads. It wasn't much, but it was enough. The police officer stepped forward. We'll handle it from here, but Rex didn't move. Handle it? Like they handled taking her 2 days ago? The officer sighed. We don't even have a location yet, Hawk cut in. We do, gas station cameras. Van plate. Direction they came from. Diesel cracked his knuckles. And we ride faster than paperwork. The officer hesitated, then nodded. You find something, call us immediately. The bikers didn't waste time. The Iron Wolves rolled out like a storm. Engines roaring, headlights slicing the dark. The girl watched from the SUV window, hope replacing fear as the team that saved her now prepared to save another. Rex's voice crackled over the comms. We tracked the van's route backward. They had to stop somewhere. Look for abandoned buildings, side roads, farms. Hawk added, these guys weren't smart. They panicked fast. Their partners will too. For an hour, they rode scanning every path, every shadow, every sign. Then Diesel called out, got something. Old warehouse. Lights on, they stopped at a distance, cut the engines, and approached silently inside. Muffled cries, Rex's blood ran cold. They burst the doors open. 2 men scrambled too late. The Iron Wolves moved like lightning. One kidnapper ended up thrown across a table. Another was pinned under Hawk with zero effort. In the corner, a girl, bruised, scared, but alive. Rex knelt. You're safe now. Tears streamed down her face as she whispered, Is my friend okay? She's safe, Rex said gently. Because she never gave up on you. Minutes later, police arrived, sirens slicing the night. But the truth was clear. 2 girls were alive because they dared to signal for help. And a group of bikers refused to ignore it. If this story moved you, comment and share to spread awareness about the silent hand signal that has saved countless lives. And don't forget to subscribe for more powerful real-life stories like this.